It is a good day and welcome to the Sport Wrap Show. I am your host, Ashwin Mbedi. I'm back at the Sport Wrap desk for the first time in 2025, bringing you the latest sport news from Namibia and beyond. Now, let's get straight into the hit list. Now, Namibian tennis is set to make history as it hosts Hong Kong in the Davis Cup World Group 2 playoff tie on February 1 and 2, 2025. This marks a defining moment for the Namibian team, which stands on the brink of advancing to the prestigious Davis Cup World Group stage for the first time in its history. We have interviews lined up with the Namibian head coach and Hong Kong players. Have a look.
So we are joined by Tipenar, who is the co chair of this wonderful team. Coach, just tell us, this is a groundbreaking moment for Namibia in itself. I don't know if people know what big of an occasion this is. The World Cup of Tennis is here in Namibia, and we have a match that we're playing on Saturday and Sunday. How exciting is this for tennis in Namibia?
Very, very, very. This is an unbelievable period for Namibian tennis. This team came from the bottom of Group 4 in Africa, and the dream was always to qualify for the World Group. And yeah, it's nice for me that we can actually play in front of the Namibian crowd, bring tennis to Namibia. I know the people in Namibia love their tennis, and no better way than having an international match here. And this is the first time that a Davis Cup tie will be played in Namibia.
Wow, that in itself is such a huge milestone. But looking at the match preparations-wise, how are the boys looking, and how ready are you guys to take on Hong Kong?
I'm sure we are mentally ready for this because this has been, like I said earlier, a dream coming 4 years back. I've got 3 members that live in the US. They played tournaments there. They prepared pretty well, and they know what to expect regarding the heat in Namibia. So I think in general the guys are well prepared for this.
Okay, they are ranked above us. How does that play into the match? And like you said, the weather conditioning, I'm sure the boys have gotten adapted already and they are used to this heat. But yeah, mentally, like you said, how ready are we for this one? And Hong Kong ranked better than us. What can we give them here as Namibians?
Well, yeah, they ranked higher than us. I think they ranked in the mid-50s, and we are ranked 72. So that is on paper. And obviously they've got players that play professional tennis, whereas my team are either students or part-time coaches in the US, and I've got one that is still at school. So yeah, we've got a very young team, but I always say that where there's a will, there's a way, and these guys are really, really determined to take up this challenge. And I don't think we could be better prepared. And let's see what happens come Saturday.
Wow, and coach, before I let you leave, like you just mentioned yourself, you have students, you have ones still in school, not professionals really to make it to this stage of the game. How does that make you feel?
Yeah, it makes me feel very proud. I remember last year somebody from the ITF said to me that before Conor van Schalkwyk got his first ATP point, if we qualified then, we would have been the first time, it would be the first country in the history of the Davis Cup to have qualified for the World Group without any player ranked on the ATP ranking. Wow. And unfortunately, Conor picked up an ankle injury and he couldn't continue in the tournament, and at the end we lost out by 1 set. But we are a young team, and I just want to say watch this team in 3 years from now. I believe that we've got a great future ahead.
Exciting times. Well, thank you for your time, coach.
No, you're always welcome.
Okay, so we are joined by Conor van Schalkwyk. Conor, let's get right into it. Davis Cup is on the horizon. You are a part of this team. The first time in Namibia we're having an international Davis Cup match. Just tell me how you're feeling about this and how excited are you to be a part of this?
Yeah, I mean, I'm very excited to be part of this. First time at home in Group 2. I think it's going to be a really good experience as a team. We've started with this journey 4 years ago, and to just achieve this and play in Group 2 is really special. I think it's also good for Tennis Namibia, for the younger kids. to see us play here in Namibia and just to give them that hunger to feel that they also want to achieve the same things and play for Namibia one day.
Okay, cool. A huge stage for you to be playing in, but I mean, this is nothing new to you. So just run me through it physically, mentally. How are you feeling and how are you ready for this tournament?
Yeah, I mean, it's a once in a lifetime experience, and the day we heard that we qualified for Group 2, I've been preparing. I'm in the US now with my brother, and we put in extra work every day to be ready for this Group 2 because we really want to do good and take the team to the next level, to Group 1 hopefully. And yeah, my body feels good. Like I said, I've been preparing mentally. We feel strong, we believe in our team. We are a young team, still have a lot of potential in the team, and yeah, I believe we can beat them.
Okay, cool. The competition, Hong Kong, who we're facing, how much do you know about them? I mean, they are slightly ranked higher than us. They are 59th, I think we're 72. But yeah, how are you feeling about taking on them? What are you expecting them to bring to the match?
Yeah, I'm expecting them to be a really tough team. A few years ago in juniors, I actually played their number 1.
Ooh, okay.
He was a top 15 ITF at the time that I played him. I think I probably played one of my best matches and I actually beat him. It was one of my biggest wins as a junior. But he's, I think, 170, 180 ATP now, his ranking. So, I mean, it's going to be really tough, but I'm excited for the challenge. And yeah, like I said, I believe we can, with the home crowd, home advantage, I believe in our team and I'm sure we can give them a go.
Okay, cool. Well, good luck with the match and I will see you on Saturday.
Thank you.
Cool.
So as we said, Namibia is going to be taking on Hong Kong in the Davis Cup World Group stage for the first time in history, and it is obviously going to be on NTV, DSTV 285, GoTV 25, OneUp2.com, and Network Media Hub on YouTube. That is the 1st and 2nd of February, not to be missed. Now let's swing into some local football. Buccaneers coach Woody Jacobs says his team continues to dream of winning the 2024 MTC Maris Cup. This is despite facing a tough challenge. Now, the team will travel north on Saturday to battle King Kauluma Palace in the quarterfinals of this competition. Now, the quarterfinal clashes at Oshakati are expected to create an electric atmosphere as 8 of Namibia's top clubs prepare for battle. FC Ongos will face an informed young African team, while UNAM FC takes on Blue Waters FC. The highly anticipated match between King Kauluma Palace and Buccaneers is expected to be a crowd puller, as Palace hails from the north while their opponents come from the capital. The winners of the quarter-final matches will advance to the semi-finals, which are set to take place in Mariento on February 14. That's another way to spend your Valentine's Day. You know, it could be a restaurant, it could be a football field, as long as you're sharing the love. Staying with football, Orlando Pirates left wing back and Namibia national Dion Hoto has joined a growing list of football personalities praising the special talents of winger Relebohile Mofokeng. The 20-year-old Bafana International has been instrumental in helping Pirates win their CAF Champions League group and qualify for the last 8. When asked about Mofokeng's brilliance by SABC Sport, Hoto was at a loss for words, emphasizing the young winger's immense potential. Now, muscle man and fitness enthusiast Evaristo Glegrista has been appointed president of the World Fitness Federation in Namibia. He is now working on affiliating the federation with the relevant organizations. His appointment follows the WFF African League Pro Championship hosted in Lusaka, Zambia in December. With fitness gaining momentum in Namibia, his plans include organizing local competitions, workshops, and training programs to inspire and empower aspiring athletes. And in the last of our hit list, Namibia Sports Commission Chief Administrator Freddie Muya says the commission is committed to improving sports in the country. Speaking on the Daily Sport Wrap Show, Muya expressed excitement about 2025 given the number of events Namibia aims to host. He emphasized that Namibia has its sights set on the 2028 Olympics in Los Angeles, USA. According to Muya, early preparation is key to securing more medals for the country. We're going to take a short break. When we return, we dive straight into Zoom In with some boxing.
Slow internet should be a headache of the past, yet many Namibians have connections that just aren't fast. We have a solution that might set you free. It's called Mobile LTE, and it comes with real speed. You'll enjoy up to 50 megabytes per second from just $300 Namibian a month and free internet browsing after midnight till 6. When it comes to staying connected, this is it. Visit paratus.africa/Namibia or our branches nationwide and experience the thrill of better internet with Paratus by your side.
Always prepared, Paratus.
Now in today's Zoom In, we speak to one of Namibia's top boxing promoters, Nestor Tobias, often referred to as the Don King of Namibia. Now Tobias shares his vision for the future, including sponsorship plans. Jesse Jackson Kauraitha conducted the interview.
Sport Rep is joined, that is, by the Don King of Namibian boxing, Nestor Sunshine Tobias of the MTC, Nestor Sunshine Boxing and Fitness Academy. Well, Nestor, I'm sure that this is another year, 2025. How are you doing first?
No, thank you very much. Of course, only numbers from 4 to 5. So, but our program will remain the same. We will continue with our program, and we're gonna keep on developing boxing in the country and to produce world-class boxers, put Namibia on the world map.
Definitely, obviously, you have done a lot in the past few years in terms of generating and producing top caliber boxers, and as well as boxers that have gone on to fight in different countries, as well as winning world titles in that regard. Well, I think it has been a while since we have gotten a world title. Nestor, is this going to be the year?
Of course, we did that before, produce a world champion. I mean, to produce a world champion is a challenge, you know. So, Namibian, we have to be very fortunate, and we have to appreciate what we achieve. And that is from nowhere, you see, because it can be the last time producing a world champion, because it doesn't just come easy. We don't have funds, we don't have leaders who is interested in sport, you know, because we have to understand the value of sport. As long as we don't understand the value of sport, we're gonna keep on sponsoring 100,000, 10,000, you see. So, but now there's a difference when it comes to boxing. You know, we as promoters, we groom these kids, put them in a world rating, when you're in the world rate, when you have a world rated boxer, you need more funds, but we don't get it. So we have to appreciate our main sponsor, MTC, co-sponsor PSTV, who's keep on investing in the sport, but what they invest is not enough. when you want to go to the next level, like groom this kid, they give him quality opponents and improve his world rating, and of course put him in there in a better shape by training him with the quality equipment and so on. And of course, to pay him also better payers. And of course, because now you've got boxers like Energy, who's rated in the world, John Mateus Aita. This kid, if you bring somebody out to fight them, they will ask them, this kid is rated, it's in the top 15. You need to come there, I need so much. And you know, when I talk so much, this person talk about US dollars. And you see the exchange rate is up to 20 to 1. And it's very expensive. It's not like maybe 10 years ago. That's the challenge actually. We got the capacity to produce world champion, but we lack of funding on it. Always be a distraction.
Yes, definitely we understand that, because obviously sports in the country has always been underfunded, and definitely we have seen that boxers that are actually going outside the country, representing Namibia, putting the country on the world map. It has been really something big, and the promotions has been part of that. Tobias, what will be your final words in terms of what you have planned for the year, the word of encouragement?
You see, what we plan for the year, we are continuing with our program. We want to do this year better than last year. That is what we're going to promise the nation. And of course, to produce a world champion is always our plan. You know, we just go there out there and try to educate the people what this professional boxing all about. When boxers, world champion, they are always welcome wherever. They've been invited to all the state houses. You can see when I produce a world champion, the president will invite me. The same as other countries. That is boxing is the best platform to put your country on the world map. It's a good outlet for any country, So we have to be very, very happy for our boxers who go there and put Namibia on the world map. And of course, like I said, we got already 3 boxers in Namibia who's in the top 15. This kid, they qualified to fight for the world title. And now, like I said before, in Africa, where we don't have TV right, we don't have financial backup, it's difficult to get a voluntary challenger. So to fight for the world title. Our kid is now voluntary challengers, but now we have to put them in a mandatory status so they can be mandatory to challenge the champion, like we did with Paul Zambunda, Paul Moses, Harry Simon, all those kids. So they have been mandatory. It's how they get the opportunity to get the opportunity to fight for the world title. But now to get to mandatory, we need funds. We need to push this kid, fight them and other boxers who in the top 15 win and become a mandatory. So if you give me the funds, give me the money, I'll bring you the world title to Namibia.
Thank you so much, Nesta, and good luck for 2025.
Thank you very much.
You are still with Sport Wrap. We're going to take a quick break before we return and go globetrotting.
Slow internet should be a headache of the past, yet many Namibians have connections that just aren't fast. We have a solution that might set you free. It's called Mobile LTE, and it comes with real speed. You'll enjoy up to 50 megabytes per second from just 300 Namibian dollars a month and free internet browsing after midnight till 6. When it comes to staying connected, this is it. Visit paratus.africa/Namibia or our branches nationwide and experience the thrill of better internet with Paratus by your side.
Always prepared. Paratus.
Now, last night was absolutely a feast for football lovers. I mean, so many games in the UEFA Champions League. And it was very interesting because, you see, for teams like Arsenal and Liverpool, it was pretty much clear cut. Liverpool was already qualified into the groups, into the next stage, rather, into the round of 16. For Arsenal, they only needed 1 point. They managed to secure that against Girona. But for Manchester City, they needed to win against Club Brugge, which would allow them to get into the knockout phase. So keep in mind, few teams have made it to the next stage. Now we're heading into the knockout phase, and I have to say it is hard to hate on this UEFA Champions League format. Something else to look forward to: Sydney is going to be hosting the Rugby World Cup final in 2027. We'll see how that goes. You know, Sydney and Springboks, tough times. Let's have a look at the rest of the international sport with Ari Hogad as I say goodbye. I'll see you tomorrow.
Hey everyone, time for international sports news, and starting off with soccer news first from the Champions League. It is English Premier League defending champions Manchester City that just scraped through to the last 16 of the Champions League. They beat the Club Brugge, that was at the Etihad Stadium, that was by 3-1. So they in the last 16 and through to the playoff games. Also, Liverpool, that's the English Premier League leader at the moment. They're the topper of the top of the 16 teams. That was after completion of all the round-robin games, and that was despite losing by 3-2 at the PSV Eindhoven. So they will be the number 1 seed in that playoffs. 16 teams that will go through, and Liverpool's opponents will be decided by a playoff. 4 teams that finished out just outside the top 16, that will be PSG, Benfica also, Monaco and Brest, and those 4 will play out and see who will play Liverpool in the round of 16 in the Champions League. Other results from the Champions League: Barcelona 2-2 against Atalanta. Then Bayern Munich, they beat Slovan by 3-1. Good result for Arsenal away, beating Genova away 2-1. And Real Madrid beat Brest by 3-0. On to cricket news. A good achievement, or a great achievement, by Steve Smith. He's the Australian batsman, and he surpassed 10,000 runs. Only the 4th Australian to achieve that. That's in the test match that Australia play now against Sri Lanka. He scored 141 in that first test in Galle, and he's the 4th Australian to achieve that, besides Alan Border, Steve Waugh and Ricky Ponting. And the most runs in test cricket, the record is held by Sachin Tendulkar. That's 15,921. And South Africa's Jacques Kallis is 3rd on that list, 13,289 runs for him. To close off today's international sports news, it is rugby news. The Rugby World Cup, the next one, will be in 2027 in Australia, and it's been confirmed what stadium will host the final. That will be on the 13th of November in 2027. That will be played in Sydney at the Akon Stadium. It's the same stadium that hosted the final in 2003. That's when England won the final against Australia. And there will be 7 cities involved in the World Cup in 2027. And the first game will start on the 1st of October. So that's the 2027 Rugby World Cup coming up in 2027. That's international sports news for today. Hope you have a great sport day, and we talk international sport again tomorrow. Goodbye.